All right, so welcome back to another pick a card. I got them started, but then I was like, hold on, let's just do the rest of the shuffling on camera. What are your dreams trying to tell you? What message is in them? What do they mean? So for group 1, we've got Queen Bee here, number 11. For group 2, we've got, this is funny, Sleeping Beauty's Dream, right? That has a number 3 on it. And then for group 3, we've got number 5, Bloom. Number 5 signifies change. Okay, change is always imminent, right? So let's get some more cards for group 1, what their dreams mean. Group 2. And group 3. As always, you can go down below and go to the timestamps. I couldn't think of what I was trying to say there. Alright, this one started to come out. I think there's 3 in each deck for this one as well. Or it's just me. I just like the number 3. That one tried to come out too, so we'll take that one. Group 2. Oh, okay. They're like 3, 2, 4. Whew. So keep in mind, it could be pertaining to your past or present, your potential future, situations and scenarios around you also. And, you know, if the pile doesn't resonate fully, pick another pile. If none of them really resonate, go to my playlist tab. I have over 200 freaking videos on my channel. I'm sure there's something there somewhere that's for you, okay? Okay, so they're wanting me to show you these cards too. This is for group 1, Blinded to Pain. For who's ever still here with me watching this, I guess. Group 2 is Today for Tomorrow. It's like a hope card. Tomorrow's another day, and I'm thirsty anyway. So bring on the rain. And Parasite for group 3. Interesting enough, on the bottom of the deck, I have Colorless Angel. Calling all you angels. Some form, some deity wants to come through as well and give you guys some messages. So you could be having some Greek gods and goddesses or Hindu gods and goddesses crossing your path quite a bit. Let's see. I bet this has something to do with it, but I've got a lot of people here who are super excited to be making contact. Contact like the aliens do, yeah? 2 and 3, and then we've got my new little cards here. They're like little coloring. They were free, by the way, from Melanie Beckler. Oh, okay, they're like both of those. So there's 2 here, so you know I got to get 2 for group 2. Alright, and if we need to add cards to it as we go along, we shall do so, right? I'll be right back with group 1. Alright, group 1. Let's see if we can get some more light in here. Man, that's a little better. Okay. For those of you that chose Queen Bee, or maybe you stuck around for the shuffle, there was a second aesthetic card, which is also Blinded to Pain. So if you go by these, you know, there could be double messages in a couple of different groups. As usual, if you're drawn to more than one group, that's fine. So I'm going to read the book meaning of this card first, because they're a little different, okay? We've got Strength, Growth, and Motherhood. Madam Queen Bee is this big, strong, yet gentle and mothering. Her skirt is a flower tower, a home for bees that sustain our ecosystem. She gives strength, power, and life to her surroundings. She is Mother Nature. She is responsible for the tulips that send energy into the world and all that grows to know the beauty of each day. Her children are the children of Earth. She nurtures all of us. So what's really sticking out to me is they're talking about kids, like home dynamics, okay? Because there could be a situation, either you're worrying a lot about your kids and you feel like there's something deeper going on than what's being let on, or you could be, you know, a little blinded by something, by your own pain, blinded by your own stuff that's going on in your life, too caught up in your head about things to notice what's going on in the family household dynamics. Goodness. Alright, just remember, I'm just the freaking messenger, y'all. As I'm saying this, just remember that I'm the messenger. Don't take things too personal, okay? And an obstacle can be an opportunity in disguise. Let's see what else we got here. Which other cards do we want to start with? 3 and 3. And then these two. It's different for each group every time. They're like, no, let's start with these first. Sada. So let's get these. Focusing on the positive. Giving without expectation. And don't relinquish your power. I feel like these two cards tie into each other, focusing on the positive and giving without expectation. Because when we give without expectation, usually something completely fabulous happens, okay? And don't relinquish your power to worrying about trivial things that cannot be controlled, that you can't change, especially things that you didn't create. An obstacle can be an opportunity in disguise. Because there's this sense of rebirth going on here. And look at there, we got the spring equinox card too, and that was coming out under Queen Bee, and she's talking about Mother Nature in that book meaning, right? There is a dawn for new beginnings, and we're coming out of this volatility, okay? And this is the need why we're needing to focus on positive now, because there's a lot of this going on, probably in your collective, if you're feeling a lot of anger, animosity, old things coming up, okay? But something, either if it hasn't happened, something is going to happen. This is like reminding me of the Tower card as well. But the Tower card always signifies like an emotional upheaval, a mental, like, not breakdown, but that's the word they want me to use, is like a mental or emotional breakdown. Don't relinquish your power. Focus on the positive. And then we've got wake up call, tsunami. So this is going to be whatever is going on, or whatever is gonna go on, is all for the betterment of you and the people involved. This has to happen in order for this to happen. The wake up call has to happen to catapult the rebirth, I feel. My sleeves are falling down. Also, while I was reading this, there was a need to, it was talking about that this card is Mother Nature, Mother Earth. So there's a need to get grounded and to connect with nature. Also, your team is sending you signs through nature very heavily, and you may be really caught up in whatever this is going on in your household that you're not seeing, the signs. They're trying to give you guidance in the matter. They're trying to help you and like lead you to maybe certain articles that you could really use to tone down your situation. Trying to guide you towards, I'm feeling like books are opening here. So trying to guide you towards more like a research thing, or, you know, just like things that are really catching your eye, like, ooh, that looks really interesting. I'll get back to that later. No, get to it now. Procrastination is coming in as well. And all of a sudden I was drawn to pull one of these archetype cards. So yeah, rebel. I'll do it later, right? Challenges authority to effect social change. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. And then the shadow attributes are rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. This could be the kiddo here right now, being a little bit of a rebellious teenager or whatnot, or maybe your inner rebellious teenager is coming out. There's 2 more cards here actually for you. So we've got addict, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. The shadow attributes compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And this addictive pattern or behavior, and it doesn't always have to be like, you know, when people see addict, they think heroin, meth, you know, whatever. But it doesn't even have to be something that hardcore. It could be something very little as, you know, spending habits or sitting around and binge watching Netflix all day, or obsessing and continuously being on your phone. That's a really bad habit. This 5G stuff is really affecting us. And then we've got child divine. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. Shadow attribute is an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. I feel like somebody here, maybe it's someone you're dealing with in your household or a friend, when you bring up old things, or you bring something up, or they bring it up, the person's just like, oh, not this shit again, okay? And it immediately gives defensiveness, and they immediately explode in anger. They may be hermiting out right now, seeking solitude to focus intently on inner life. So I feel like for somebody here, they're trying to say, whomever you're worrying about, they're gonna be okay. And we can't give them those wake-up calls. The universe has to give it to them, because we all have our own paths and our own way of healing. So another card is coming to mind, and it was a surrender card, and it said, surrender the idea you can fix. Surrender the idea you can fix somebody. Because we can't make people change if they don't want to change. We can't make people get help or give people help who don't want to accept or get help themselves. But as I was speaking about the surrender cards, of course I was drawn to pull one. And now we've got surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Also, I feel like for somebody out there, if they're still with me here, this could be pertaining to a new person coming into their life, and their flowery words like they seem really nice and soft and maybe motherly or fatherly on the outside, very peaceful and very calm, but what's really going on is they're battling this, and there's a lot of volatility going on inside. And another card is coming to mind. What's being reflected on the outside is not necessarily what's going on the inside. So we've got this peaceful, serene situation right here on dawn and new beginnings, but on the inside they're really doing a number on themselves mentally and emotionally, because they're going through a metamorphosis. Look at that. We're coming as above, so below. And I think this person's going to have a wake-up call to say, hey, what's being reflected on the outside? Okay, this is what's going on the inside. And they put on a front to other people, but what they're seeing on the outside is different from what you're seeing for them. What they're seeing on the outside is this too, because what's being, in their perspective, they are seeing what's being reflected for them is on the inside as it is on the outside. I don't even know. Can you help me explain this a little better, Spirit? Mirroring. Somebody's mirroring somebody. You could be very blinded to this person's suffering and their pain. They could have been a previous addict as well. And this, give without expectation. You might be called to help them, but you might feel You might feel like, I don't really want to help them though, because all these times I've helped them before and then they just did this, or they didn't help me out when I asked or something. Just give without expectation, because your team is trying to guide you through this to help them. And maybe this is all you. Maybe this is you with yourself. I don't know, but there is a metamorphosis going on. It's a change. Surrender to that change. There's a willing release. Exactly. A willing release. Wow. Wow. Butterflies, dandelions, bony wabbits. Letting that inner child come out and play, though. Things are really going to be piquing your interest, and you're going to be seeing things with childlike wonder. You might be getting that message a lot, group 1, to see through, you know, let the inner child play and whatnot. So you're going to get, like, things are just going to be super amazing. Like bubbles. I love bubbles. Things that are going to make you feel like a kid again. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Holy crap, guys. We've got earth magic here. Some more earth going on. Look, there's a dark horse. What's that? Is it Katy Perry who sings that? A dark horse. Coming at you like a dark horse. I don't know. Epona? Tattoos of somebody with leaves on their arm. You might have henna tattoos. You might like henna, doing henna. I think that's what it's called, right? I'm going to put that right there. The need to get grounded, though. You might be seeing bees a lot, too, because we've got these flies, but then we've got queen bee. For a long time, I thought these were bees, but it's kind of a gross card. She's got cuts all over her, and the flies are on the cuts. Blinded to pain. Don't take things too personally. Release the old and rest. There's a good little crow for somebody here. I'm going to put that over rebirth, okay? So you might be waking up super freaking tired. And there's something going on with your body that is trying to heal. And this could be trying to heal from an addiction, or maybe you had, as a child, you had addictive, you know, your parents were addicts, or your parental figures were addicts. Maybe you had an older sibling who was an addict, who may have even passed away from an addiction. Whatever your scenario is, it's coming up for this release. And you're going to have great new beginnings, okay? I just wish I could open your all's heads and, like, shine the flashlight onto things for you to see. I wish I could just take the worry and the stress and the pain away, because I know what it's like to worry, and it's a very wasted emotion. It takes a lot of energy to worry. So if you need help on that front, you know, ask that passed on loved one, ask that spirit team, ask the universe, God, Jesus, whomever, accept what is dying. So there's a part, this in the person or in you, this thinking where we give with expectation, and the volatility and the negative thinking, that's what's dying, okay? You could be finding yourself super sad too over just some not really knowing why you're sad. One, you could be picking up on the collective, but two, there could be something from your childhood or past life or past instances that is needing to be addressed. And it will come in due time, okay? We can't force this process. And maybe that's what your spirit team is trying to lead you to. Oh, yeah. Choose peace. Be gentle with yourself and others. Self-care, time, and compassion. So if you feel like you're going to fix and to come from this place, try to choose peace, okay? Give this a willing release. And group 1, here's that word. I was wondering when it was going to show up. Patience. Slow down. Gather more information. Everything happens in divine timing. There's a big-ass hourglass under her. In divine timing. It's going to help build confidence. It's going to lead you towards your life purpose. You're going to have more of a reason for getting up in the morning and getting out of bed. You're going to find purpose in your days, okay? And a lot of blessings coming towards you guys. Look at that. That is beautiful. That is really beautiful. Don't relinquish your power to these lower vibrational things. If there's someone you're dealing with who's very toxic or seemingly toxic, very negative, they've got a lot of lower vibrational energy around them. And it is up to you to keep your vibration raised so you can help heal your collective, okay? This could be the collective in your household, your friend circle, your tri-county area. I don't know. It's different for everybody. I'm still trying to figure out who my collective is, really. Because when we speak about on the collective level, I feel like there are several different collectives around the world, that it's not just one complete, because they're all going through different things at different times. Okay, well, this is in your family, my loves. Okay, group 1. Wow. So not much about, I mean, the dream meaning is about, it's got something to do with either you or the person you're worried about and dealing with, okay? Look into deeper meanings of that as well. There's dream dictionaries online also, okay? I hope it helps. And until next time, my dears, love and light. All right, group 2, for those of you that chose the Sleeping Beauty's dream, kind of really fits the title today. So maybe you guys, I feel like anybody who's drawn to group 2 is probably drawn to 1 or group 3 as well. And then I also pulled during the rest of the shuffling online on the screen. This was another card to help you decipher. Okay, so you might want to go back and check out group 1 or group 3's card like this too, today for tomorrow. And I feel like every time I see this card, it gives me a different meaning intuitively. First of all, I see the full moon back here. We're fixing to come up on a new moon on April 1st. But I also see that they look kind of the same, but they're not. So this is a situation where somebody is mirroring you or you're mirroring somebody else. Or also timeline jumping is coming to mind. Timeline shifting. So let's read the book meaning for this card here. Soul journey, power of imagination, inner strength. We all know the story of Sleeping Beauty who got pricked by a spindle and fell into a deep sleep. This card shows Sleeping Beauty asleep, her hair thick like thorns surrounding a castle. Imagine if your soul could wander while you sleep. What places and people would it visit? Envision what kind of journey you could have. Your soul is not tied to a certain place. Like the bird Sleeping Beauty gently holds in her hand, your soul is ready to be freed and to soar to all the places in your dreams. So what's also coming to mind is lucid dreaming. Somebody may be really, really into that right now. So just don't be scared of it. And you can find your own niche. Some people like to use spell casting or candle magic. I know at a lot of metaphysical stores too, you can buy like these little kits. This isn't one of them, but it reminds me of what they sold it in. Little spell kits for lucid dreaming and also astral travel. You could be dreaming about mirrors a lot, or mirrors keep popping up for you also, group 2. I'm going to get a clarity card, a little clarity card for this card. Don't stop before reaching your destination. Be still, taking action at this time is not recommended. So, okay, it says don't stop on one side, and the other says be still. So maybe you guys are really up and down. You're like, should I be moving? Should I be doing this? What do I need to be doing? You start to go one direction, then you change your mind and go another one. What are they dreaming? What does their dreams mean, Spirit? Okay, what do we got for them here? Got a couple of cards. I'm going to do these first. Possess self-confidence. Oh, well, that makes sense if you're like seeing yourself differently than how people see you. you might be needing a perspective on how people see you. And actually, I'm going to have to write that down because that was another one of my ideas for a pick a card, is how friends and family see you. I've done how your spirit team sees you, but not friends and family. So we'll write that down. That's for another day. But anyways, setting your intentions. Yeah, so I was mentioning candle magic and spells and stuff. Don't worry about not having the right material. Even though there's everything around us we could use in casting. Of course, we have to be careful with our intentions behind it, but everything is intention, okay? I set the intention for this read that we were going to get messages about what your dreams were supposed to mean. And also in this dream meaning about spirituality in the book and stuff, I'm also feeling like something about opening more to your spiritual source, because your higher self is really trying to help you with it. And something to do with your home, like there's briars and stuff around this home. It's very protected, very guarded by the thorny bushes, right? Let's see what this card is. You are never alone. That's probably what you guys were afraid of, group 2, huh? But you're not. You're never alone. Your higher self, your angels, your spirit guides. There's even ascended masters who are around you. And for example, like Jesus was an ascended master. They're trying to help you with your confidence. Like accepting compliments from people as well. Like you could be like very uncomfortable when people give you compliments, because you're like, either you think they're lying or they're just saying that. And I just pulled another clarity card, and it says don't take things too personal. So there could be a situation where someone is joking with you or something, but you tend to take things a little too personally. But group 1 also got this card. So on the other side it says an obstacle can be an opportunity in disguise. So when things are stopping you, be still, taking action is not recommended. So when there's obstacles that are popping you up and preventing you from doing what you're wanting to do, take a step back and be like, ask questions, ask your higher self, ask your team, like, why did this stop me? Why? I know there's got to be a reason behind it, but I think the reason behind it for you guys is something that you need to be aware of. Oh, okay. So a little vulnerability. Sometimes we've been conditioned to believe that vulnerability is a sign of weakness. Letting our guard down is a weakness. Oh, letting our guard down, we shouldn't do that because we're going to get fucked, or something scary is going to come attack us, or whatever it may be that you're fearing. Though there's a sense of needing to have vulnerability right now. And actually they want me to get the book meaning on it too. So it's like, yeah, you stay vigilant of people. You're very, very leery of people. You don't trust easily. It takes a lot for you to let people into your circle, and maybe even the closest people in your household you haven't even let see that vulnerable side of you. This is very different than group 1, I'll tell you that. So far the only thing that was in common was that little card right there. The meadow in this card invites us in with its beauty and openness. The flowers have arranged themselves in a poetic design orchestrated by nature, yada yada yada. Okay, here's the message. You are in a place now where you can take risks with your feelings, and even more important, take risks with the truth of who you are. And look, we've got that card right there. It's talking about your higher self and everything. And even our inner child is part of us. Our inner child that makes us up, and our higher selves, and part of our ego, the good parts of our ego, all three of those, we have to learn to work with all of it and tangent. Take risks with the truth of who you are, the truth you know in your heart and soul. You no longer need to be subjected to your conditioned fears of letting others know who you really are. Yes, others may judge, evaluate, criticize, and perhaps even put you down. And look, don't take things too personally. These are very real possibilities, yet by trusting that you have the strength to deal with these reactions rather than responding adaptively and always playing it safe, you can more confidently allow yourself to be vulnerable. Always holding back from expressing your truth can create an illusion of safety. Wow. But armed with your trust and your faith, you can choose to be vulnerable and share your authentic self with the world. I'm really interested in what this next card is. Woo, show me. Oh, shit. Dragonfly, Emergence. Oh, I just got goosebumps. Group 2. This is like... I love it for you. You guys are... You're doing it. Like, you're shedding those old beliefs and the negative thought patterns. You're really, really doing it. Lotus, lilies, a lot of flowers here. There's flowers in the thorn bush also. If there's something, speaking a truth about somebody or yourself in the household, showing yourself, set your intentions before you do that and know that you are never alone. And you can always communicate with their spirit team as well. You can ask them, hey, please let them be open and receptive of me today when I speak my truth on the matter, whatever it is, when I show them this or show them my craft, my hobby. Maybe there's something really cool, a really cool hobby that you really dig and you're probably really good at, but you don't show anybody. You don't show anyone really because you're like, it's no big deal. But now is the time. Now is the time to get proud of yourself and possess. This will help you. Show them what it is. Let them see. Share it with them. By all means, share it with them, and they would be really, really touched that you decided to show this to them. Okay? I'm going to get you an archetype card. It's up to you. It's like a clean slate here. You have the ability to create your own reality around you. Oh my gosh. You see how thick this deck is? Group 1 got this exact same card. Child, Divine. As I'm saying child, my phone chimes in the background. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggest a special connection with the divine. And then also the shadow attribute is an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Oh. Okay, so this is all tying in together here, an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Can we get another card on that, please? A networker. Enhances unity through sharing of information. Engenders social awareness and empathy. The shadow attributes. Conveys information only for personal gain. Spreads fear and falsehood. I feel like that's the part that you're needing to work through, is those things that you were conditioned with. Somebody was conditioned you with by spreading fear and falsehood to you, conveying certain information. There could be a lot of messages coming in about this situation too, but wow. I'm not reading too much into that though, because I feel like the person that this is for knows exactly what it all means. Okay, there we go. On the bottom of the deck, I've got Goddess. Yes, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. You're stepping into it, my loves. Group 2, you're stepping into it. I love this for you. I absolutely love this for you. It's gonna be great. Honestly, it's gonna be super great. So since we're talking about look at their goddesses, we've got the Avalon Priestess, intuitive awakening. You might have been persecuted in a past life for your gifts and abilities. You might have been burned at the stake. You might have got hung. I think your spirit team or your dreams are trying to show you. They could be testing you through your dreams also, because I've had this happen to me personally before, that I would be shown scary things, or I'd be put in scary negative entity situations, because we're going to cross those at one point or another. And there might be a time where we have to help somebody who's really submerged in that darkness, and we like, not as strong as exorcism, but like vanquishing something is coming to mind. And they want me to pull one of these cards. I mean, I just glanced at it, so vanquishing stuff. Thorns again, and there's thorns here. Weave together the crown you deserve. Intuitive awakening, because you're a spiritual freaking goddess, man. And as I'm saying this card came to mind. But in your dreams, maybe you're slaying dragons, or you have this sense of warrior behind you. This is wow. Just wow, group 2. Just freaking wow. Oh my god. Yes, your lion is waking. Big Leo energy here. Big Leo energy. Of course it's Leo. Of course. I'm super excited for you. And then we've got moons here again, crescent and crescent. Look at all this sacral chakra. Goddess energy, feminine energy, sensual. You're coming out of that. That's what you're coming. This is what you've been. That could be your shadow work, as I spit it out here. That could have been your shadow work this whole time. Your dreams are trying to show you what a great and powerful fucking sorceress you are. You are very powerful. You're a very powerful leader. You have a lot of wisdom in you. You have a lot of connections to higher realms. Wow. Candle magic here. And you see how his crown is like split open, and her crown is here. And obviously, you know, that's around her crown chakra. Wow. You just ride the wave, baby. Things are going really good for you, group 2, aren't they? You're content. You have some joy. Not a lot of stresses or worries. They want me to pull another clarity card. Dolphins could be of significance to you. It's a good time to set things into motion. Be consistent. So it's a good time to set things into motion because you're following the voice of your soul. And look, your ancestors. Oh, it's your ancestors that are communicating to you through your dreams, my love. It's your ancestors because you inherited, through several lifetimes, you have inherited these divine gifts, this spirituality, whatever you want to call it. You are never alone. We've got star ancestors here. And in a previous life, yeah, you were very high ranking, or you were like a high ranking woman or man's right hand person. I'm gonna have to, oh yeah, yes, of course. Past life, pick a card as well. I gotta write that down. We're gonna get some fun topics in here. Doing things a little differently. Let's see what this was. Ooh, yes. It's time to shine your light. It's time to shine your light. Group 2 coming out of this emergence. Ooh, you. If you're picking up things that you're not used to picking up, or picking up from certain individuals, cleansing and balancing that crown and third eye chakra would be beneficial, as well as your solar plexus. Actually, I see a lot of orange here. I think your sacral chakra is good. I think that's what's been healing for you. The sacral chakra is the water chakra, the water element chakra, and we've got ride the wave here. So you are on cloud 9, or you have been, or you're fixing to be, group 2. Let's see what these other 2 cards are. Believe in your dreams. So if you're dreaming about struggles, vanquishing demons, you know, winning wars, winning battles, whatever it is, it's not trying to tell you that this stuff is coming for you and that's what you should be fearful of. It's trying to show you how, they're trying to show you how strong you are. Aim high, honor your brilliance, Remember you have help. Remember you have help. I just have to pick all these up, you know. Remember that you have help. Woo! That's okay. I even forget that I've got a massive spiritual team on my side, ready, waiting with their hand out, ready for me to tag them and tap them in, you know? I love it for you, group 2. Ooh, ancient Egypt coming in here. Harmonize in the now. Sync with the rhythm and the wisdom of the universe. Sync with the wisdom of the... You guys, I've got goosebumps everywhere. Did you know you can color these cards? Obviously, it's kind of... I kind of like them, but... thinking I might just color bits and pieces of them. That's a creative endeavor I could embark upon, right? Man, you guys, you are good as freaking gold right now, though. As long as you set your intentions behind that. And don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. They don't want you to doubt these thoughts, these ideas. And maybe you're reading your own dreams or other people's dreams on an intuitive level. But don't doubt yourself, group 2. We've got number 32 here, which is number 5, and number 14 here, which is also number 5. So we've got 3, 5, 5. 5 signifies change, and 3, I don't remember what 3 means, honestly. Something somewhere, I'm sure, right? Any other messages? Oh, okay, now. Final. These 2. Let's just do those 2 first. There's a reconciliation. And actually, I feel like this is a reconciliation with your spiritual team, your higher self here. You're going to be coming from a place of love because you have learned to love yourself and accept and have self-respect and integrity for not only yourself, but also seeing people through the lens of love and having compassion for them also. It almost might like not hurt your feelings, but hurt your feelings for the person. If someone is trying to hurt your feelings, it almost will hurt you for them because you know that it's not them and that they're coming from a place of darkness. They're not shining their light, and you're in the know that they too are healing. They too are on this spiritual journey. But she's got her eyes closed here. And she's got her eyes closed here. I'm sure they have their eyes closed. I mean, that's kind of a given for me, I'm assuming. So, quiet meditative moments. You don't have to go full force meditation. You just sit out in the sunlight and let that sun hit your face. And take some really good deep breaths into a chakra, whichever chakra you choose, and get grounded. You're helping those in your home dynamics too. Group 1 got a home card also. Oh, they got the family card. But you're opening new talents. And this could be creative talents, you know, it could be spiritual talents, gifts and abilities. They want me to cut the deck here. You're finding your talents. Okay, and my thumb is here. There is justice. Justice will be served. And you're also finding some sort of balance in the home dynamics here. Group. Goodness, this was awesome. Until next time, love and light. Alright, group 3, last but certainly not fucking least. For those of you that chose Bloom. But then also I have another card here. Parasite. For some of you, I feel like you're blooming out of this. Some sort of lower vibrational, like, thinking pattern, thought process. Judgmental. I'm not really sure, but let's find out. Let's find out. That card wants to come out too. Okay, hold on. We're going to do the book meaning on that one really quick. A sense of course, needing to get grounded as per usual. We've got vines and leaves in her hair and vines and leaves in her hair. Really working with the elementals also. All right, so self-confidence, femininity, individual fulfillment. The power of nature surrounds her, flowing both into her and out from her. What would it be like to feel this connected and confident? What could you accomplish? Your inner strength blossoms in future achievements. Confidence and femininity. So your parasite, actually, I'm feeling like your parasite, group 3, could be your divine masculine. You could, okay, just please take this lightly. You could get kind of egotistical sometimes. Very judgmental. But also there's this sense of like a worker bee, like you work. And that's the divine masculine, you know. Oh, I'm supposed to go to work. I'm supposed to work hard for the family. Put food on the table. Pay the bills, right? Also, that's an old belief system that's being shed. If you were in the very traditional mindset of like a woman's place is at home and a man's duty is, you know, out on the range or whatever. It's very different in these day and ages. It's very different from what our parents and our grandparents grew up in. And us as women, we're a powerful fucking force to be reckoned with. We are very sensual. We are very empathetic. We're very intuitive. We're just very powerful all around. And we can do everything that a man can do. I'm not saying we could do it better, but it's like we can work smarter, not harder, if that makes sense. Because I'm not trying to down any men out there or masculine counterparts, divine masculine counterparts, but there used to be a saying that my ex used to say to me, and I never really understood what it meant, but now I realize he was probably in that mindset. He'd say, a woman's job is never done because she will not do it. Like, no, it's not our job to take care of things around the house. It's not our job to cook and clean. But we decide to take responsibility for it because who else is going to do it? We're the mothers, right? Ooh, could be time to journey within. Could be time to journey within. There's another green card here. Never judge another. So I mentioned being judgmental a while ago, didn't I? That could have been in another group too. And you're learning from your mistakes, group 3. This is okay, though. This is okay. You know, reflecting on past instances and knowing that, oh, well, I want to do better from here on out, though. There's a sense of needing to forgive yourself on certain aspects, too, where you might have really judged someone rather harshly because you were under assumption. That's interesting. But your dreams, I feel like, are trying to let you know that you are doing better. You have learned from a lot of your mistakes. Find solace in yourself, group 3. Find that inner standing that you need. And don't judge yourself so harshly for those mistakes and those downfalls that we've done in previous instances. It's okay. It's okay. Like, as a person, I can sit here and say, you know, I've had a lot of moments where I'm not proud of what I did. You know, there's a lot of instances that I fucked people over. I lied to people. I was very selfish. I was manipulative. I was vindictive. And it was all stemming from alter ego and addiction. If you can reach out to that person whom you're reflecting on and offer your apologies or ask for their forgiveness or offer your forgiveness. Maybe it's somebody that keeps crossing your mind and maybe they just need to hear from you. That might catapult them and help them. Maybe they just need to hear from you that you forgive them for past instances. Like my ex, you know, I haven't really told him that I've forgiven him, that all is okay. I could reach out though, but I don't want to. I don't want to. So maybe that's you, okay? But this is going to bring harmony back into your life. Music is sending you messages as well. You could be hearing music in your dream, or seeing a band play. We've got childhood innocence and strength. Yeah. So, okay. They want me to put these cards under this. You've got the strength to learn from your mistakes. When you find yourself getting a little judgy towards yourself or others, maybe it's in how somebody's doing something. But music will have very significant messages for you. It's not just your dreams that are trying to show you these, to give you these messages. Childhood innocence, journey within. There's a sense of needing to heal that inner child. Something to do with the past. Maybe somebody in your past was, you know, like an energy vampire. Let's see what this next card is. Be graceful in movement and action. So I feel like some of you guys, you're very quiet about what you're going through and what you know that your journey is entailing, or what you know that you're fixing to embark upon. You're very quiet. You keep a lot of things to yourself. And in doing this, this could be causing some sort of, you might feel like there's a parasite. And actually, I feel like somebody here has actually used that term. I feel like there's a parasite. And I saw there's bloom here, but for a second it looked like blood. So you might feel like, you know, there's like something literally sucking the life out of you. There's power in prayer, magic prayer, opening up to your spiritual source. If you're wondering what is it? Why do I feel this way? Why am I always looking at things this way or whatever? Put it in prayer. Write it down. Magic prayer could be a form of meditation for you. Actual prayer. There's a sense of needing to see with childlike wonder and awe and get inspired again. Be that child that you never got to be. Because he or she is screaming to come out and play. I'm going to go running barefoot on dirt road paths or dirt paths in the woods. And you see there's lightning back here. I've never noticed this, but these are dark clouds and there's lightning back here, and the sun is shining so brightly down onto these kiddos. They've been fishing, maybe gathering blackberries or blueberries. He's got his hand on the tree. Kids know how to get grounded, man, didn't we? We spent most of our time outside playing. And then look how the elites have turned it around to keep these kids from waking up and being open and sensitive and intuitive and empathic and spiritual. Those devices, right? They sit on their ass. Even if they're outside, they still have that nose in the phone. So there's a sense of needing your kids to get really grounded, get out in nature, do something different. I feel like something about kids came up in group 1 as well. We're going to get a clarity card for this one before I go. You have earned the respect of the group. Time to take charge. An improvement in your lifestyle will take place sooner than you originally expected. I feel like that one's probably for you. An improvement in your lifestyle will take place sooner than you expected. So releasing that parasite. There's another one here. Hold on. Retreat. Timing is everything. Okay, hold on. Accept the challenge of the moment. So there could be, okay, whatever you're needing to work on. Also, group 3, say, mine was patience, being a fire sign, you know. And then we're really bad to label ourselves with these labels on each sun, moon, or rising sign, right? Which, don't get me wrong, they do nail it, and they are pretty on point, right? But patience was not a strong suit of mine. Patience was not at all. Never in my life had I ever had patience. Whenever I was younger, I was very vocal about being angry, and I would stomp my feet and, you know, make a lot of noise. And even now, I get really, like, that's my parasite, was the anger, and it came from my left side. Like, I would get really, really mad, and I would just be ready to punch somebody in the face, break or hurt something or someone. Like at that time, I was like a raging bear, and I really didn't give a crap if I was in process of hurting somebody. That's where our selfishness comes in too. An improvement in your lifestyle will take place sooner than you expected. But anyways, I got tested a lot when I realized that my anger is what I needed to work on, and my temper. And I really needed to learn to go within and come from a place of more of, say, like this innocence instead of animosity and resentment. And I've almost mastered it. It's going to come back around. You're going to keep getting tested until you deal with it, okay? Situations are going to keep popping up until you actually be like, all right, what do I need to do different here? What can I learn from that past instance? And also, you know, these little cycles are reminders to show you, look how far you've really come. There's only been a few instances where I've really just popped off and like gotten super angry. Like only a couple of times in the past couple of years. But you know what? People are really quick to point that fucking finger at me because some people who know the old Sarah, really quick to point that finger at me and hold, just because in that one heated moment of anger or aggression, all of that crap from my past, they bring back and point at me and shoot at me through their finger almost, it feels like. That's something on them as well that they're needing to learn to not do, is to, you know, judge, but also not to bring up the past. Don't throw the past up in somebody's face. Stop bringing it up, okay? If you keep bringing up their past, then there's something there that you need to learn about and learn on, okay? It's affecting you somehow because a lot of people mirror us. You got to remember that. The land between. You might have felt really disconnected here lately, but we also have the magic prayer over here. So I feel like some of your spiritual abilities, and her hair is going up on her crown chakra. So there's like, it's like you got 1 foot in the astral and 1 foot in the physical. You've got 2. Ooh, okay. You've got 2 of these cards. But look, Mother Mary, power, magic, prayer. She's reaching out, okay? Maybe you're dealing with somebody named Mary or middle name Mary or something, but I don't know if that flower is a chrysanthemum. I don't even know if that's a flower. That word just came to mind. So that's coming up, chrysanthemum. But we've got emotional healing, my love. Accept the challenge of the moment. That's exactly why these things keep coming around. And maybe also group 3, maybe you have a fear of losing your children. Maybe you kind of like, ooh, something's going to happen. And there's a huge fear on like losing them to the state or the system, or even, you know, them perishing some way. But I feel like that is something to do with a past life situation. Especially if there hasn't really been anything about going on in this lifetime to give you that kind of worry. Let's see what this, oh my gosh. Well, hello there, Apollo. Divine messages, okay? Apollo is the one giving you the divine messages. Wow, I've had a little bit of personal stuff going on in all 3 groups, and that doesn't normally happen. It's usually just one group for me, but we are blooming. We are blooming in our abilities. We are blooming in our sense of harmony and peace and innocence. And these volatilities are going to keep coming up, and you're going to keep filtering through them until you get to a moment where it's just inner peace and balance and harmony, because you've got the strength. Woo, boy, do you have the strength, group 3. And you know, words do hurt. I'm feeling like, as I glance at this card, there's somebody here who potentially said some really hurtful or hateful, mean things. Maybe they said it to you. Maybe you said it to them. Maybe it was both. But words stick with people, okay? And that being said, also to your children, okay? Watch how you speak to your kids. Like, I'm just figuring this out with my girls too, and I find myself second nature, like like I'll say to Sadie, work smarter, not harder, child. You know, when there's things that's like so obvious to me that there should be common sense on. But then as a mom, I have to stop and step back and be like, they're still a child. They're still learning, and I haven't yet taught them or tried to show them, you know, whatever in that scenario. Have patience with your kids, moms and dads, okay? Just have patience with your kids. You could get a lot of divine messages. I feel like somebody here is also getting psychic visions. You might feel like you're daydreaming, but it's psychic fucking visions. Oh my gosh. Your kids are going to be wonderful in this life. They're going to do so well for themselves. You're really going to help shape their future and help mold them into these like little gods and goddesses that you know, you're going to help mold them into give them help them see the potential that they have in themselves. Okay, you're going to teach them to not judge, that it's okay to make mistakes, and meditation with the kids who are under, say, 10 years of age. You might be surprised. Try to round your kiddos up and see, you know, you might be really surprised. They might be super into the meditative healing thing because they're young and they're not conditioned with being, yeah, you're going to teach them, look, teacher, they're young and they're not yet conditioned to think how we're thinking right now about bills and money and relationships and everything. Like everything that you've ever learned about bills, money, relationships, and how those dynamics work are all illusions, and that's what you're in the middle of shedding as well. So I feel like you're really helping to shape your household dynamics. Group 1 had something about the home too. So if you guys were drawn to more than one group, or you felt like you were torn between the groups, it's always good to watch both of them. I mean, what the hell would it hurt? Ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Exactly. That's exactly what I was just speaking on love and money and career and relationships, right? Because we were conditioned for so long to say we have to go to church every Sunday and we have to do a 9 to 5 in order to provide for our family and to sustain life on this earth. But, you know, and then we work until we die, and then even after we die, oh, there's nothing. So do good now, or you might go to hell, or whatever, you know, it's all illusion, okay? The shadow attributes says manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So this could have been manipulating or abusing students. Like, I feel like that could be verbal abuse and emotional abuse and manipulation. You unintentionally taught a child negative traits and destructive skills because they were around you a lot. I feel like this kid is older now, but they were around you a lot, and you unintentionally condition them in your belief system and your negative thinking patterns. But that's okay because they're working through it. They're learning and they're studying on their own. Oh, wow. This kid has, it just came to mind what I think who this is portraying towards. But anyways, that's super cool. But like, yeah, they are really intuitive, and you shouldn't take it lightly, okay? Because they are working with divine sources. It's not shadowy things. Oh man, there's that train. Hold on. So group 3, before I continue on that, the land between, you are astral projecting. If you're not remembering your dreams, you're doing work on a spiritual level to help straighten you out for this child dynamics thing, to help strengthen your household dynamics. Learning, growing, healing, releasing, repeat. Also, you could be dreaming that your children are in danger or something bad is happening, but that's not the case, okay? That's just from some sort of fear that you have, and that fear needs to be acknowledged. There's epiphany, aha moments that are going to come up for you. But just know that I did mention psychic visions earlier, but this doesn't mean that something tragic is going to happen to your kids if that's what you're dreaming about. We've got gossip. Awakens consideration for the feelings of other, honoring trust. That's exactly what you're going through right now, group 3. There is an awakening of considerations of the feelings of others, because there might have been a time where it was just you were really focused on yourself, your own needs and wants. Maybe at times you felt like everybody was out against you or out to get you. Maybe you were the parasite in the dynamic. I mean, I hate to say that, but I've got to say what's coming through. Don't take things too personally, okay, group 3? But you might have been, you know, that parasite when we stop and we feel like everybody is against us. But then we're like, oh, I'm arguing with my mom. I'm arguing with my honey. I'm not getting along with my kids, and my kids are driving me crazy. Like, there's too many people in that situation for it to be everyone else. It's us when that happens, okay? The shadow attributes are thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidence. So you could be, okay, I feel like somebody here is, they're nervous about speaking their thoughts and feelings because you think they're either going to be twisted or somebody's going to go tell everybody about it, or you think that you're going to be judged. But this is not the case for you, group 3, okay? You're not going to be judged. Especially from that person whom you're wanting to talk to. And I feel like this person could be a very, like, someone you never would have thought you would be talking to about your stuff or experiences. Let's get one more card here on the archetypes, because all the other groups got, well, that one came out too, so we're going to take that one too. On the bottom of the deck, we've got athletes, so there's a negative sense of getting up, moving around some more, doing some jumping jacks, getting that heart pumping in a good way, okay? Not pumping and blood pressure going up from anger and animosity and stress, but getting out there and moving around and working it out of your system. Physical exercise could be your releasing for all of that. Hero or heroine, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Shadow is escapism and a false sense of heroism. But I feel like this is you guys, group 3. This is, you're opening up and you're letting the divine in. You're letting the divine messages come through. You're being open to this emotional healing. Like, you've gotten enough messages about the matter. You're like, oh, this is really what I'm supposed to be doing. I am healing from these instances, and my divine team is giving me the strength. Ooh, group 3, look at you go. Look at you go. Oh, I just got super happy for you, okay? Because it's, yeah. And then we've got Rebel, and group 1 and group 2 both got this card. And look at this. You see how thick this freaking deck is? And I shuffled. Challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. The shadow attributes is rejects legitimate authority out of anger. Rebel is out of peer pressure or fashion. So that's really drawing me, is rejecting legitimate authority out of anger. And we've got divine messages from Apollo and Mother Mary and prayer here. A lot of talk about God and your spiritual source, right? So you could have been not blaming other people around you. You could be like, why is God putting me through this? Why is the universe making me do this? This isn't fair to me. But it is needed. It is essential for your growth, my loves. And the time has come to count your blessings. And if you're going to sit here and watch this read and say, what fucking blessings? Then you still have a lot more work to do, my love. A lot more work, because you have abundance all around you. There are clothes on your kids' backs. There's food in your fridge. I'm hoping, I feel like this is someone I'm talking to that very much so. You have the ability to spend a lot of time out in nature. Maybe you are privileged to not have to get up and go to that 9 to 5, or maybe that's what you're wanting to strive towards, is something different. Maybe you're at home a lot and you're like, I really need to do something different. Getting up and moving around, that exercise could be a really good step. I feel like someone here has also had the message before that you wish and you want these great things for yourself, but you're not getting up, you're not taking action towards things. Is there another message here? You have earned the respect of the group. It's time to take charge. It's time to take charge of those household dynamics. Let me get another card here. Trust the positive nature of the universe. What is being experienced inside is different than what is being reflected outside. Holy crap, and I mentioned this card in group 2. So maybe you guys are drawn to all 3 groups. Don't go under assumption of what you think people are thinking or going through, okay? And there could be someone in your dynamics who's assuming that's where somebody needs to open up and be more open about their feelings and thoughts, because you could be being perceived as a selfish fucking cunt. Okay, there I said it. You could be perceived as, you know, they could be judging you on that note, but you're not communicative with them, okay? Group 3, you need to be a little more communicative. And I know it's hard, but your team is there ready and waiting to help give you the strength. And it could be like, okay, well, you know, this thought came to mind the other day too. Like, I would really love, like, in high school, I always wish, like, some boy would be a secret admirer of mine and send me a mixtape or make me a mixtape. So there's something to do with music. And maybe there's a song or two that you could let the person listen to that helps, that really explains how you're feeling. Okay, anyways, we've got forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So there's another thing talking about resentment. Could be someone you're needing to forgive from childhood. You know, our parents, we have to still have compassion for them, even though we might feel very defensive when it comes to our parents in our childhood. Like, they didn't do this, they didn't give me what I needed, no positive affirmations, they weren't as supportive, they weren't emotionally connected to me, they didn't, you know, they didn't prompt me to share thoughts and feelings, they didn't tell me I could do the best I could to be and do the best I could be and do. But you know, our parents were just doing the best they could and unintentionally fucking us up in the process. Unintentionally, okay? They were dealing with their own unresolved childhood trauma, and they had no idea. They had no idea. Most of them didn't, anyways. Oh, okay. Before I finish pulling those cards, let's see what these sweet little cards are here. Ooh, look at the owls. Open portal, new beginnings, a breakthrough, connect with the infinite. So there's a sense of wanting to really go back to your spiritual source. I feel like somebody here was really into, like, very pray day and morning, noon, and night, you know, speaking your graciousness of your blessings into the universe. So getting back to that source, and your heart is really opening to it. I can feel it. Can you feel it in your heart center? Oh, and there's a lot of green here too, and the heart chakra is green. So, oh my god! Oh my god! I love it for you. I want to cry, but I'm not gonna. Oh my god! Look at this. Oh my god! What was I just saying? Your spirit team is on point today, and you are very strong, my love. You are a very strong spiritual individual, and your team is very strong. You find yourself yah-yahing about somebody close to you, to catch yourself and stop, okay? Maybe if you're yah-yahing, there's a sense of needing to not judge them, not yah-yah about them, but maybe ask them about the situation. Or ask a deep meaning behind it. Why do I feel the need to focus on what they're doing with their life? Why, in turn, it's usually something that we're avoiding in our own, right? But look, breathe into the heart. The heart knows. Inner illumination. I just can't with this. And look at these freaking angels above you. There's Gabriel blowing his trumpet. Now I have to breathe into my heart. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on. It's not too much caffeine today or stress. It's your heart center. And we're just going to take some really good deep breaths into it. And as we're breathing into that heart center where our hands are, it's golden healing light, white light, whatever color you want it to be. It could be green, healing light, pink, whatever. And breathe into it. And you can hold it. And then as we release, we're releasing all negativity and judgment of ourselves and others as we're releasing it. Again. One more time, because we fucking need it, don't we? It's gonna be okay, group 3. You're gonna be okay. Look at this. So as I was paused and waiting for the train to go by too, the land in between, your connection through the divine isn't just through your crown chakra, it's through our heart center too, where we have our love, where we can give and receive our love. It's your heart chakra, and it's like you're connected to the earth. This will help you really get connected here, but also 1 foot there and 1 foot here. I mean, it's undeniable, group 3. You cannot deny this. You are finding it right now. You are very much finding it. Let's see what other messages are here for you. Boy, you guys, group 1 and group 2 and 3, you guys have been so, wow. It's just been an amazing, hush, there's my cat meowing. As I say, it's been an amazing, like, read. Very touching, very touching. Ooh, look at that. Financial health. Finding financial health. Breaking those old patterns and thought processes around finances as well. Oh, your spirit guides are reaching out to you. You got a lot. You got a huge team, you guys. You really do. We've got God. We've got our spirit teams. We've got the archangels and our life guides, okay? Our life guides, our spirit guides, our angels, our protectors. On the bottom of the deck, I've got answers. Look at this. You're going to be finding the answers you need because your spirit team is giving you courage. Group 2 got a Waking Lion card too. And look, because of your dreams, they are speaking to you through your dreams. Look into the deeper meaning, even though I didn't really touch on the actual dream itself of what you're having and why. All of them are trying to communicate through to you, and you could be very good at astral projecting or doing lucid dreaming. New beginnings, breakthroughs, connect with the infinite and the divine messages, connecting with gods and goddesses, because they're all around us every day. There's going to be new passion igniting for yourself in the home situation too. I really can't even anymore with you, group 3. And I started to pull this card and I put it back and it came back out. So there's a reconciliation. This could be a reconciliation of you and someone here that you've been having some hard times. You see these people? There's a guy and a girl here. So this could be a reconciliation with someone you're not really seeing eye to eye with. But you guys are both overcoming this obstacle and this mountain. You're doing your own healing, your own thing. And you're going to meet at the top. Oh my gosh, you're going to meet at the top. And we've got passion for journey of personal empowerment. And we've got passion here. Lighten your load because it's not worth the burden to carry anymore, group 3. Okay, you can say, thank you, Lord Jesus, for taking this burden off my back. Your family and your home and your friends. And you've got new beginnings here and the strength card again. And there's going to be some sort of closure. There's going to be some sort of closure for you. Wow, group 3. Look at this shit though, man. Yes, there's new beginnings in all 3 of these aspects. Maybe you're needing to change homes or you know, there's like a sense of leaving with the clothes on my back is coming to mind, but a change of scenery would be really good. So trying to look at the situation. I know a lot of people are struggling right now. And a lot of people have been evicted from their homes, foreclosure and whatnot, but you know what happens for a reason. It's because you're not meant to be there anymore. It's time to move on. It's time to go towards something new, change, be open to it. There's number 5 here, 32. Be open to that change. Let's get this other message for this spirit guide card. Yeah, there's a transformation ensuing here amongst all of this. Wow, amongst all of it, group 3. I don't want it to end. You're finding your freedom. You have to do the work for the emotional and mental freedom to get towards these other things these big dreams of yours. There's learning and learning from our mistakes and giving forgiveness where forgiveness is due, or asking for forgiveness. Trust your talents in changing time, because the clarity is coming in and you're going to have a new sense of inspiration and empowerment bestowed upon you. You're going to go through this healing with flying colors, and just trust that the universe and karma will bring justice to those scenarios and situations and people, places, and things that are needed, okay? You are very protected. Wow. You are protected as you go through this. You are very protected as you make this huge change. It's a very huge upheaval, I feel. Make this change, and it's going to lead you towards your life purpose, because you know you're here for something bigger. It's going to help bring that closure. Again, oh my gosh, signifying travel too. The need to travel or get out of the house, get away, change of scenery, change of scenery. And there's a couple of fairy messages here for you, group 3. Get some exercise. Oh, as your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. I just mentioned that, getting up and moving around. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvest of abundance. So by this fall of this year, it's going to be, you're going to look back at this and you're going to be like, oh, silly you. Why were you so worried then? Look at how everything's turned out for the better, even better than I could possibly imagine. You're going to be so happy, so fulfilled, and so blessed by that time. It's just going to be a magical time for you. The healing journey is not pretty. I can attest to that. There are bumps, there's shadows, there's darkness, there's discouragement, mistrust, misuse of things, miscommunication. But everything's going to be okay. Don't worry. It's all working out. It's all working out in a beautiful way, group 3. It's all working out, my love. Wow. You might be seeing hands a lot too, and butterflies. This has been an immense honor, group 3 and 2 and 1. I love each and every one of you, and I hope it helps. I hope to hell it resonated. And I'll catch you on the next train around, yeah? Love and light.